I've spent the last few years since I gave my life to Christ roller coasting from the highest heights to the lowest lows. I've tasted and known the reality of love's perfection and felt the crushing blows of my own prayers manifesting. I saw his face and I was ruined for all others. I begged him, "Don't let me settle for anything less than the fullness of you." And that's when the hurricanes blew in and tore up everything I thought was home. I thought was safe. I thought was love. I saw his face and I was ruined for all others. I begged him, "Don't let me tolerate anything less than the fullness of heaven." And that's when the earth shook and all my stable ground became sinking sand and sucked me into the deepest darkness I have ever known. I tried to escape and save myself and do whatever I thought I needed to make it all better until I'd wasted all my energy, and that's where I learned surrender. I let myself die. I stopped fighting and I just accepted me and reality as this mess that I could never clean, and that's where I learned to trust my Saviour. He brought out the worst in me, pressed my back against the wall and caused me to release all the ugliness inside of me. Caused me to unveil all the hell that was concealed in me. I became who I thought I'd never be because it was never safe to say those things or feel those things, because who could ever love someone like me? But that's when he'd rescue me and kiss me, show me that he'd always been with me. He'd say, "I'm sorry, please forgive me for being quiet. I was just stunned into silence at your majesty." When my truth was too ugly for anyone to stand, he stood, captivated, and said to me, "My baby, I am in awe of your beauty." He loves the hell out of me. He unveils reality. He allows circumstances to expose my heart so he can know me. He's the light that searches me for all the ways I felt unworthy, and he rescues every part of me that's lived life apart from him until he's gathered every lost sheep into his arms and not one part of me is missing. He reveals the wounds from words I thought could never hurt me, shows me how I've been broken and his heart's been broken for me. He pulls back my covering and pours his spirit in. That's alcohol straight in a wound to disinfect it. Many times the pain has been so great I felt like I couldn't bear it. I was crying out for death and felt like he couldn't hear it. I just wanted to be wrapped up in his love. I wanted heaven. I felt so abandoned when I couldn't see his hand in this process that was healing me even as it was hurting. There was no one I could go to find some understanding. Some people wanted to help me or fix me, but no one wanted to just be with me. But Jesus. One time that first year, he whispered in my spirit, "I'm not afraid of your pain." Through the years, his words remained the same, and I've finally come to draw comfort from his presence. My trust and confidence was shattered by everyone that mattered more to me than Jesus did. When I made Jesus Lord, I asked that every idol fall, and I am grateful for this walk while I'm still deeply healing from the trauma of it all. But he has proved to me his faithfulness. He's made me great and precious promises that cause my heart to leap and hope and dream and to believe that in his unfailing love for me, he has prepared a way for me, defeated all my enemies and secured for me the victory. So I am standing and I am walking. I still feel mad unstable, but I'm willing and he is able. I still feel mad afraid, but I'm excited because I'm coming out of hiding. I am rising and I am shining for the glory and the pleasure of the God who lives inside me. Who is that coming out of the wilderness, leaning on her beloved? It's me.